For our presentation, we are doing Google Apps for Education by Seeger, Kaylee, Webster, and Michelle Irwin.
So we're going to talk about what Google Apps actually are for education. And basically, they're a group of communication and collaboration apps. This includes Gmail, Calendar, Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Hangouts, and Google Classroom. These apps guide students in group work, and each child can be on their own computer working at their own pace, adding to the project. So this is kind of just an easy way for students and teachers to all work together, and students don't all have to be on one computer to be working on a project. They can all kind of work on their own computer on the same presentation or paper.
Google Classroom, it allows you to streamline your class, create and share and grade assignments, keep classes organized, and also improves communication with students. It has very easy access for students to see assignments, grades, ask questions, all in the same location.
So the components of Google Classroom is Mail, very similar to Gmail, and it's secure email without any ads, unlike Gmail. There's also Google Drive, which makes it easy to work on files and save it to a cloud-like technology as opposed to a hard drive, which they can access from any device and share instantly. There's also Google Calendars, which merges Gmail, stuff from the Drive, contacts, and Hangouts, so it's all in one area that students and teachers can see upcoming assignments, who has meetings, and just what's going on. Also, there's also Google Hangouts, which is video conferencing for both students and teachers. So it's a way for them to have a face-to-face conversation where they can see each other's screens, but they don't have to be together. And it makes collaboration, like stated before, so easy. And then there's also Connect Students. It connects students. So students don't have to be in the same classroom or even same country to work on a project or presentation.
So why do you think schools would use Google Apps for education? And we decided it was a really good way to have a universal way of students submitting and working on assignments. So they can kind of do their schoolwork at home, at sports, kind of wherever it's very portable. And again, this is just good for collaboration. Now everyone kind of runs on their own schedules, and it's hard for people to get together maybe for group projects with outside activities. And this would just be a really good way for students to be able to do that with not having to physically be in the same area. Also, it's paperless, so this saves schools money on like printing ink and paper and such. And so this is a free program, so that also contributes to the cost. And this is portable, so again, it can be taken wherever. And this is a very secure system, so all the information is confidential.
Some drawbacks and concerns are affording the device, both the students and the schools. It is also time consuming to teach the new software if some students aren't familiar with it already. It is also hard to keep up with the updates, and the IT department in the school needs to be very educated on the app and its uses. There's also no direct gradebook and only one teacher per class.
So they can't, if teachers take turns teaching a class, only one of them can be the administrator, but it's super easy to add students. So prevalence today and in the future, it keeps growing. One of the big changes from when they first started is the calendars, that it now takes everything from Gmail, the Drive, which it didn't do before, and the growing use is because of teachers using it and saying, we want to change this, or this will make our classroom better. Expected future use is just using it more frequently in classrooms, because everything is moving to a computer, tablet in our society. And so it's inevitable that classrooms are going to be moving that way. And so just to have one classroom, Google Classroom for all of this makes it very easy. It's also great for distance classrooms. If students have a disability or an illness, that's not a problem. Also, students that have a big problem in schools is that trying to reach every student. And with this, if students are like all at the same level on reading, they can be all together, and it's easier for a teacher to do it through a Google Classroom as opposed to trying to deal with 20 students that all have different reading levels. It's more streamlined for those. It also allows for creativeness. For example, if students have to read a book and they need to give a book report, in the past, teachers are like, you have to write a book report or give a presentation on it because it was the easiest way for them to grade them, and it made it universal. But with this Google Classroom, everyone can see what students are doing, and so if one student wants to make a video or another student wants to do a book report, it allows for that flexibility, and it also prepares students for modern technology. In the workplace today, the calendar use is huge. Everyone uses email, and if students are able to learn how to use those effectively and efficiently from grade school age, it'll increase their skills and knowledge, so when they do start a job, they're focused more on the content of the job as opposed to just the day-to-day tasks of learning how to use the technology. And in conclusion, Google Classrooms are really great because of the forward-moving technology, and just it gives students and teachers a way to use what they know to make classrooms run more smoothly. Teachers can use Google Classroom to what their knowledge is of the technology. It can be used on a very basic level, but it also, if teachers can take the time and have the time and want, it can be much more elaborate. And then it also allows, like stated before, just collaboration. Students don't have to all be in the same area together to work on something, and they can get so much more out of it. And kids, it's an exciting type of new thing, especially now, because kids love the idea of being able to work on their computers and being able to see, what their friends are working on or classmates.